Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lined up, a special guest on the show, and some little bit of video, so good show. So let's get started with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Registration is still open. Be open through the 12th of this month. Look now, we're back. It looks like the early spring is here. We're high today, 72, and low tonight's going all the way down to 62. So, but we got some more cold weather coming for the weekend, just in case you're getting worried you're going to get too hot. Water temperature is still around 54, between 54 and 55 degrees in the Gulf water temperature. Take a look at our river reading brought to us by Sandhill Seafood up on 77, just north of Bozeman School there. We're looking at Apalachicola Bluntstown, 3.1. The Chocolate Hatch at Caryville at even 5.0. So both rivers are steady, not a lot of movement either way, up or down. So both rivers are it's really going to be a nice weekend. Got a little front coming in, so if you can get up there early, maybe Saturday morning or late Friday afternoon, you're going to have some good times on the river. Our forecast on our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. The low tide is at 3:35 this morning and coming in until 5:18 tonight. Marine forecast, south-southeast. That's a spring and summer pattern. South-southeast at about 10 to 15. So it's going to be blowing out there a little bit today. Let's take our break. We'll come back with our special guest. Welcome back, and welcome to our guest this morning, Captain Garrison Rosie. Good morning, Garrison.
Good morning, Coach.
He's a former student in my class of 2011. I was trying to guess this morning, 2011 or 12, so welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you.
When I said captain, I want to make sure I get that out there, because when he used to call roll, I'd say Garrison. He'd be sitting over there on the left, and David Mertiz, and that was a good group of boys in that class. Well, glad you made it on the show.
I'm glad I'm here.
All right, now this is, he's a full-time captain. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into fishing and all this.
Well, I started fishing at a very young age, I guess, and I just grew up fishing, and really, out of everything I've ever did, I played a lot of sports and stuff growing up, and everything just went back to fishing. So when it came down to what I wanted to do for a living, it was, people used to laugh at me, and I tell them, what do you want to do for a living? I want to fish for a living. People thinking, you can't make a living fishing, but you can.
And you are. And you got a great story. I could tell when he was in my class. He just had this, a genuine love of the outdoors and of fishing in particular. And you got hooked up with Kelly.
Captain Mark Kelly, yes,
Captain
sir.
Mark Kelly.
I worked for Mark for about 6 years, and then earlier this year I was able to buy my own boat and started a inshore guide service where I do light tackle, inshore, beach fishing, and stuff like that. So
what I love about it is the versatility he brings to the table, and of course you know the story in the book right here, the story of the Kelly girl, Buddy Kelly, and how they fished for a couple of generations now. You'd like to be the third generation of that fishing family and going way back. I know he's your in-laws and all, but
yeah.
Speaking of in-laws, you just got married?
Yeah, I got married November 11th, so it's been almost, I guess, 2 months now. So.
All right. And you've got, it was Buddy Kelly, let's see, whose daughter was it?
It was Mark Kelly's daughter.
Mark Kelly, Buddy Kelly's granddaughter.
Yes, correct.
So he's got fishing on both sides now. So, well, when we're talking about versatility, in the summertime, what do you try to hit?
In the summertime, it really ranges. I mean, there'll be days where some days I'll run multiple trips in a day. Like earlier this year, I ran 3 trips in one day. And the morning trip, I went and caught redfish. The second trip, we went red snapper fishing, caught some red snapper and some king mackerels. And then the third trip, we went shark fishing. So, I mean, you pretty much cover it all in one day if you wanted to.
That's really cool now to get all that done. What kind of boat do you have?
I have a 22-foot Cape Horn center console, and it's pretty wide boat, so I mean it can take on some pretty good seas and stuff like that. But it's it's a pretty good boat. It's been good to me.
And where do you keep it?
I am docked at Captain Anderson's Marina.
Okay, that's really important. You know where to go and all. And we're going to show you on the screen how to get a hold of it. We're going to fish later. Got some friends coming into town and all. And go ahead and book a trip with Garrison. What do you call the boat? What's it?
It's Real Rosie Inshore Charters.
Real Rosie Inshore Charters. Okay, we'll get that on there. But also, you get. I know I've been out there in the summertime and all these tourists come up and they want to. A lot of times you just get walk-up business, don't you?
Yeah, I get quite a bit of walk-ups, and here recently, I mean, as the year goes on, I've been getting quite a bit of like repeat business, and a lot of it's word of mouth and stuff like that too. But you can get some pretty good walk-up business there. It's a pretty popular marina in the middle of the summertime.
It really is. You're talking about fishing with Mark Kelly, and you fished with him, I say, 5, 6 years.
Yes, about 6 years.
He's a good fisherman.
Yeah, I've learned a lot from him, and
the Kelly girl is right there at Captain Anderson, and you can't help but see it looking out the window and all there.
Yeah.
And talking about repeat business, he's got a couple of generations repeat.
Oh yeah, I mean he'll take people that when I worked for him, they'd get on there and be like, yeah, we fished with Mark and Benji 30 years ago, just about when Benji was about 8 or 9 years old. I'm like, Lord.
Well, what that does, that's a testimonial, as a reputation of the Kelly family. They're just good people, good fishermen, and you can depend on them and all. I just always thought so much of the Kelly family, and then all of a sudden Garrison is part of it.
Yeah,
and,
I kind of squeezed my way in there.
We don't have a wedding picture, but I saw your wedding pictures and all. That was exciting for you, I know.
Yeah, we're kind of glad that's over with, I guess.
And your wife had just finished college. And,
yeah, she's about to start working here in the next few weeks as a speech therapist here in town.
And she went to Arnold.
Yes, she graduated from Arnold in 2012.
Very good, very good. Okay, look, we're going to take a quick break. We've got all kinds of things. We're going to show you some pictures, and we'll give you some fishing tips, and we'll do that right after the break. All right, welcome back. Our local captain, it's hard for me to call you Captain Garrison Rosie but I'm so proud of you for getting, that's a lot of work, isn't it, getting your captain license?
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but it's not too difficult.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you're there. We got some pictures, and we got to get through these, and I told them last night to send me some pictures and talk about the different ones, and we're going to go through them fairly rapidly because we've got quite a few. So tell us about this first one.
That one right there is a fish I think I caught on Lake Talquin, which is just, it's in Tallahassee over there. So I used to go over there and fish quite a bit. Well,
all right, nice fish there. All right.
That's an amberjack right there, and that's my dog. That's my fishing partner right there.
What's your dog's name?
His name's Levi, and I wish I had the energy that he has half the time.
What kind of dog is it?
He's a Brittany Spaniel.
Oh yes. All right. I had a Brittany once. All right.
And that right there is a couple fish that I caught. I think it was early last year, around February, on Lake Seminole.
I put this picture on the show. I remember because I was telling people that's two healthy bass right there.
Yeah. There's actually a video. I have actually both of them fish on video, and I caught both of them too.
How much they weigh?
One of them, the big one was about 7. Well, the big one was about 7.5, and the other one I think was about 6.5.
That would win a tournament right there. All right.
And that right there was one that was probably about 7, a little over 7, that I caught on Deer Point last spring.
Okay, nice one.
And that right there is actually a shot from the video where I had a camera in the water and the fish happened to just swim by the camera after I hooked him.
This is really neat. We're going to show part of this video in a few minutes and all, but we're going to talk about how you set it up and all. Really good stuff. All right.
And that right there is a Warsaw that I caught last year on when I was working on the Kelly girls still.
How much did it weigh?
It was a lot.
It was a big one.
And that right there is actually a Goliath grouper that I caught this year on one of my trips.
Wow.
I caught him on 40-pound test.
You're kidding.
No.
How deep were y'all then?
It was probably about 80 foot of water. I guess the piece of junk or the wreck that he was on, he just wasn't big enough to get in, so.
And that's what we tell people, that's what they do. They're going to grab that and go back in that wreck and break you off.
But I guess whatever that wasn't big enough for him to get in.
That's interesting because most of the time, all right.
I actually caught that sailfish right there on the same exact trip. We caught the Warsaw. I caught that Jewfish.
This is I bet that was fun.
Yeah, it was cool to watch him jump and all that stuff too. So
That is cool.
and that's just a redfish that I.
And you catch quite a few of those.
There's a few of them out there.
All right, tell us about this trip. This is cool.
This right here is a picture from my bachelor party we took last year.
Let me get back to it. Okay.
Well, right a couple months ago, early November. And that right there is just a shot of Carson. He's hooked up to a yellowfin right there.
And on the oil rigs.
Yeah.
Y'all went from here on the Kelly Girl.
Yeah, 171 miles one way.
171 miles. Wow.
And then that right there is the 84-pound yellowfin that I caught.
Was this the same trip?
That's the same trip, yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a picture of me, Carson, and Mark right there, all with a few yellowfin. Mark even got to go, and he caught him a yellowfin.
Mark got to fish?
Yeah.
Well, good for him. They don't get to do that often, does it?
No.
That is a heck of a trip.
And that right there is a majority of all my groomsmen, and we had 8 yellowfin, I think 20 head of mahi, and I think we had 30-something blackfins. It was,
wow. Well, that's the kind of wedding party you want to have right there.
Yeah.
They enjoy the outdoors, enjoy fishing and all. So that
wasn't too bad for 2 days of fishing.
That was a 2-day trip.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'll tell us about this one.
And that right there is a rooster fish that I caught earlier in December on my
Let's see, was that a honeymoon?
on my honeymoon, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Where do y'all go on honeymoon?
We went to Cabo, San
Okay.
Lucas, down in Mexico.
Good deal.
And that right there is just a redfish I caught a couple weeks ago with a customer.
All right, so you can see the all-around kind of fishing that Garrison does. You can see by just looking at pictures how much he loves fishing and all. Now, this is something really neat you have coming, and we got to, as a Panhandle Outdoors viewing artist, we want to try to help Garrison out. Tell us about this. We're going to show. We got a 3-minute, 14-second video. We're not going to show all of it, but tell us about this video, the background, and what our situation is.
It's an online fishing series. It's called Uploaded Fishing, and what you do is they have select sponsored products for the month normally, and you have to make a video using that product. And normally after you make the video goes online and people vote for it. And I did one for a power pole category for the month of April, I think. Mm-hmm. And I actually won the month of April with the power pole video, and then that goes on to the video of the year. And right now they have there's 10 other videos, including my video, and then there's 9 others. And that's for the video of the year right now. And whoever wins the video of the year wins a new Triton bass boat. So.
You're in the top 10?
Yes, they actually updated a leaderboard the other day, and I was in 3rd place.
3rd place.
So,
folks, that's really special right there to have a local, and to me it's even more special to have one of our very own Garrison Rosie get it that high, because this is national competition all over.
It's all over the world. I think I may be the only person in Florida that's in it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So what we want to do, we're going to tell you how you can vote and help them out on all that. But when you did the video, you just set up different GoPro cameras. Is that?
Yeah. I actually majority of the video, the fish I was catching off of beds, so I could see the fish, and then I would set a GoPro in the water, and I'd have a GoPro on the boat. I had multiple GoPros going at all times normally, and it at times you don't see really all the video that goes into it before, because one of the fish, I think I sat there for about 45 minutes to catch, and GoPro would die, and I have to plug it in and charge it, or I have to delete some film so I could fit it on there. It got pretty interesting.
It's not as easy as it looks.
No.
That's when he told me about his setup and all, I have much admiration and respect for him, because Jeff and I talk all the time about how hard it is to shoot a really good video and the amount of time it takes.
Yeah.
And you had to edit it all.
Yeah, well, I edited it in probably a few hours. It didn't take me long to edit it. I kind of had it planned out before I
you
even.
knew it in your head what you're going to do. Well, try doing that about once or twice a week. So anyway, that real proud of you for doing that. So when you found out you're this high in the top 10, now when's the deadline?
The 19th.
The 19th. So we don't
19th at midnight.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've already voted for you. So
okay.
We've already got that. I just love the video. Do you want to tell the people where you shot the video? Or is that a secret location?
I actually shot it on a local lake here, Martin Lake, which is right over by the paper mill here in town. And you really wouldn't know, I mean, that it has the fish in it that it has, but it has some pretty nice fish in it. And
don't tell them about it.
I won't tell them what I caught them on.
Yeah, that's right. Well, anyway, we won't just show about 2 minutes of this video, but you can watch the rest of it. You can go to YouTube and look it up and all, and we'll watch a couple of minutes of it and then come back. So
yeah, and one thing is if you go on there to vote, the video is 1C, and the name of the website is Uploaded Fishing. And I'm sure we'll have a link posted somewhere. Yeah. Either you can find it on probably Coach's Facebook page or on the YouTube channel, or you can look up my Facebook page, which is Garrison Rosie. And it's video 1C. So.
Okay, 1C. Don't forget that. We're going to roll a couple minutes and then we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. You can watch the whole video or just go to YouTube and find it. But anyway, vote for 1C. Okay, we'll talk more about that later for the deadline. Fishing game time today brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. 7:40 to 9:40 this morning and 8:03 to 10:03 tonight. I've got to add a couple of names today because I've got a bunch of them to add tomorrow. Mark Gibson, Howard Creek. Susie Gibson, Howard Creek. Good folks down in Howard Creek. Mike Rowe. Graham Jones, Panama City, good fisherman there. Linda Jones, Mark Jones, Bo Jones up in Sand Hills, Jeff Seaman in Washington County, Jerry Dunn, good to hear from you, Jerry. Tyler Drew, Lynn Haven. We're going to add a lot more names tomorrow. Now, we always talk about when I have my guests on here, especially folks that spend, make a living, fishing and all. We get so many people move in, Garrison. Let's go over some just fishing tips and all that we can tell people in general to help them be a better fisher person.
One thing I'd say if I had to give somebody a tip that was just starting into fishing, I would say one thing would be is to kind of just go with instincts. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that really I think a lot of people kind of get too, I guess, too like, I really don't know how to say it, but they're like too worried about what they're doing, I guess. They're always thinking about what they need to be doing. Mm-hmm. But really what I think is it's fishing. Just go fishing.
Don't make it too complicated.
Don't make it too complicated. Just keep it simple. That's one thing like when I'm bass fishing. I like to keep it simple. I don't use, a lot of people they'll have 15, 20 rods on the boat. They'll have this color lure, this color lure. I'm thinking it's a fish. If you put the bait in front of his mouth, he's gonna eat it. I mean, it's not rocket science. I don't think so.
There you go.
That's
a good tip right there. Don't get over complicated.
Yeah.
Also, you know, we do the fishing game times every day. Now, I know you're out there all the time. Don't you see cycles where they're going to buy a little while, then not buy, then buy it again?
Oh, yeah. A lot of it has to do with the tide and stuff. A lot of the fishing I do close to the pass area, it's all tide oriented, so that tide kind of affects it a lot. And you do have these key times where, like the major feeding times and stuff, and if you ever get one of the major feeding times that happens to be on like a good fall and a rising tide, I mean, it can be some really good fishing. And but other than that, I mean, those, like with me, one big thing is majority of my trips are in the morning, so I mean, you don't really have the luxury of planning your trips around the tide and stuff, so you pretty much, people always ask me that all the time. They're like,
yeah.
well, what about the tide, and what about this, and what's the best time of day to go fishing? I'm thinking, well, I got to make them bite no matter what it is.
That's the key to a successful guide and a regular fisherman, and all those successful guides. They go no matter what the tide is doing. I mean, the people going to be here Saturday morning. That's the only time they're going to be here. So you got to come Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So you got to. That's what I always admire about you guys. What's your favorite months?
My favorite months, probably the spring and in the fall. Those are probably my favorite months, just when it starts to warm up or right when it starts to cool off. My favorite thing to do is probably sight fish, redfish, like inshore fishing wise. And same goes for the freshwater bass fishing. I think it's the best in the spring and in the fall. I really like springtime fishing, especially when they're starting to move up on beds. I don't know, it's just something about seeing what you're catching, I guess, that makes it so exciting.
We got a good group of young captains out there. I guess you all see each other quite a bit on the water.
Yeah, we always see each other, and you kind of got your little group that you communicate with, and you share tips and stuff like that. It kind of makes it a lot easier on you. You're not just going out there on a whim every day. You can kind of communicate with a group you have. And
all right. Well, guys, we're about to run out of time, buddy. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Captain Garrison. All right. Captain Garrison Rosie. Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. Y'all always do something good for your fellow man. Enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.